You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes the sun to rise on the evil and the good, sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Now, if you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Do not even tax collectors do that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Today, I wanted to share with you a quick message about the importance of loving your enemies and your friends and your family, and loving everyone. You know, I see a disconnect these days. Everyone with their phones and stuff, and it's hard to truly connect with people on a deeper level. And I see a lot of hatred too, sin and evil, and people just don't know how to love others anymore. I can't stress enough the importance of like loving your friends. You see, I love my friends. I love them very dearly. To me they are brothers and sisters. And as a Christian we are called to do that, I think. Because Christ called us his friends. And Christ loves us. He loves us very, very dearly. He loves us in ways we don't even understand, in ways like we will never understand how big the love is that we receive from Christ. The mercy and the grace, the humility that he had, and the mercy, like, we will never understand it. And as humans, we will never reach that point. I mean, Jesus Christ died for all of us, and we are called to die for our friends, or sacrifice ourselves for our friends. Now, it's hard not to hate. I I struggled with it a long time, actually. I would hate people for the smallest little inconvenient reasons. And I've grown to learn something in the last year, that hatred is just so pointless. I mean, there are times where we should hate, righteous hate. Like, there are times when we need to hate. We need to hate Satan, sin, and all the enemies of God. Demons, evil spirits, sin, Satan, whatever evil force that is working in your life, you must hate. That, in my opinion, is the only time when you should hate. Like, Jesus, he loves everyone. And so, when you say that you hate someone, you're saying you hate a child of God. So, I just want to encourage, if you're watching this right now, just talk to your friends, call up your friends, talk to them. Say that you love them as brothers and sisters. Show them the love of Christ. Show them the humility of Christ. Do not brag about yourself. Do not show off. Don't use your Christ-like example as showing off, because then that becomes pride. And that's not what Jesus wants. Jesus, in my opinion, is the most humble person in the world. And if we want to be like Christ, we need to be humble. I struggle with it too. I struggle with pride, of course. I think I'm better than other people. And I look at other people and I say, oh, those people, they just don't know what they're doing. They have no clue. They're just being idiots. But that's not what we need. That's not what we should say. It's not what Christ would say. Christ would look at someone like that and he would say, I need to help them. Now, on the topic of anger, I believe that there are times we need to show anger. But we can't show anger out of hate. Now, it's hard to do and it's hard to say, but we need to show anger out of love. You know, there are many examples in the Bible when Jesus got really angry. I think the most famous example, the one that everyone thinks about, is when he was in the temple and he started destroying stuff because they had turned the temple, the church, not the church, but the temple, into a house of thieves, a den of thieves. So he got angry, but he did not get angry out of hate. He got angry out of love. He saw that there was problems. He saw that people were doing something wrong, and he said, I need to change that. So we are to love everyone, and we are not to resist evil ones. But that doesn't mean we can't call out people and get angry at their wrongdoings. We need to get angry at people to show love, and that's going to be hard to do. I'm not even sure myself how to do it, but I know that's what we have to do. There's something that's telling me inside that we have to do that. Look at your friends, and if you see them doing something wrong, do not hate them. Anyone, you see them doing something wrong, do not hate them, hate the sin. And love the person. We are to love your neighbors as yourself. Just like Christ. Thank you for listening to me ramble about love. And I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Sayonara.